Archangel Michael commands, "Open this immediately. Don't try to ignore it. It's only for you. A shocking hidden truth about your soulmate has just been revealed in heaven. Skip this, and you'll regret it forever. My beloved, my chosen one, heaven has been holding back a truth for too long, and today Archangel Michael places it into your hands. Do you feel your heartbeat racing? That's because your soul already knows. This is not an ordinary message. This is divine timing, and you've been called to receive what no one else on earth can hear right now. God whispered your name in the chambers of eternity, and the angels moved. A veil was lifted, and a revelation about your soulmate poured out like light from heaven's gates. This is no coincidence. This is not random. You are being pursued by heaven itself. Before I reveal what has been hidden, I must tell you, don't make the mistake of half listening. Don't skim. Don't rush. Stay with me, because line by line, miracle after miracle, your future is being rebuilt while you read. Your soulmate has been covered in shadows, but today the light is breaking in. The angels have seen what they tried to hide. Archangel Michael himself has drawn his sword to cut away the deception. A truth so shocking, so life-changing has now been released. And you are the only one chosen to know it. But let me pause here, because I know your spirit is trembling. And this trembling is not fear, it's recognition. Deep down you already felt there was something heaven had been trying to get to you. You've sensed whispers. You've seen signs. You felt those coincidences that weren't coincidences at all. And right now heaven is saying, stay with this message. Don't click away. Don't silence the angel who has been waiting to speak. Lightbulb subscription moment placed early as requested. Before I continue, promise yourself this. Never miss what God sends you. Stay connected. Stay subscribed to heaven's flow. When you align with these divine words, your spirit stays open to receive miracles. One small act of staying connected can open the floodgates of blessing. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel before we go any further. It's more than just clicking subscribe. It's an act of faith that says you want to stay in line with the prophetic promises God is releasing. Do it right now to make your spirit ready to receive all of God's instructions for you. Type Amen in the comments right now if you believe these words to be true and are prepared to receive what heaven is unveiling. This will show the angels that your heart is open and you agree with this divine appointment. Listen up, people. Archangel Michael says the truth about your soulmate is different from what you thought. What they've hidden, what they've carried, what they've tried to protect you from, it is now revealed. And heaven is telling me you will not only hear it, you will live it. This truth is about to break the chains that have been binding your future. The clock is ticking. Every moment you read this message is drawing you closer to the turning point you've been waiting for your whole life. You were not left behind. You were not forgotten. You were chosen for this unveiling. My beloved child, the angels are leaning closer right now because they don't want you to miss what is unfolding. Your soulmate, the one heaven has been watching with eyes of fire, has been living with a truth that has been hidden even from you. But nothing can stay buried forever when God decides it's time. Today, Archangel Michael has lifted the heavenly veil, and I can almost feel the rush of wind as this revelation moves toward you. Do you know what this means? It means you are on the brink of something that will shake the walls of your life, but not to destroy you, only to rebuild you stronger, purer, and richer in love. than you've ever known before. Your waiting, your tears, your questions, all of them have led to this moment of unveiling. My dear one, God saw every night you lay awake wondering why you felt their presence yet could not understand their silence. He saw how you searched for answers in signs, in dreams, in whispers only your spirit could hear. And do you know why you never stopped feeling that tug? Because heaven was preparing you for the exact words you are reading right now. This is not a message for someone else. It was not placed here by accident. Archangel Michael himself pressed this revelation into your path, knowing that today was the day your heart would be ready to hold it. Imagine the very heavens bending to deliver something crafted only for your ears. Doesn't your spirit leap at the thought that you are being singled out by eternity itself? Archangel Michael says, the hidden truth about your soulmate has been written in the scrolls of heaven. While you were still a soul, your name and theirs were linked in God's plan from the beginning of time. But somewhere along the way, darkness tried to get in the way. Hidden things were revealed, and what was supposed to be simple got tangled up. The miracle is here, though. When the light of heaven shines, no shadow can stand in its way. Today, that light is getting through all the walls. You are being shown the truth not to hurt you, but to set you free. Your soul can only be released into its fullest destiny by the truth carried by divine love. I think I can hear you whisper, but what is this truth? What could heaven have been hiding all this time? Your question is holy because it shows that your spirit is awake. There is a secret pain that your soulmate has been holding in. They meant to keep you safe from it, but they built a wall in the process. That wall made you feel both close and far away. But heaven is taking the wall down one brick at a time. The attack from Archangel Michael's sword has been heard all the way through the unseen realm. Soon what was hidden will come out into the light, and you'll see with your eyes what your soul already knows at night. You must fully understand this, my chosen one. We don't want this revelation to break your heart. Instead, we want it to line up with the truth in heaven. A lot of the time, we think that secrets are a sign of betrayal, but sometimes they are safety nets. Your soulmate believed that keeping quiet would protect you, but God never meant for you to live with lies. That's why this moment is so important. The truth that was going to hurt you is now being changed into the truth that will help you get better, because this unveiling does not mean the end of your love. The angels are joyful. This is the start of the love that was always meant to be. A flame that no storm can smother, pure and untangled. Child of light, think about how many years your prayers have gone unanswered. You wiped your tears away behind closed doors and asked heaven why when no one was looking. All of that has made it to God's throne. And He didn't forget about you. He didn't. He kept your tears like diamonds in a bottle. All of them helped make it possible for this truth to be shown today. This unveiling was made possible by your tears. Those prayers unlocked the gates. You thought the blessing would never come, but now it's knocking on your door, waiting for you to answer with faith. You see, the time is not a mistake. This is your visitation, and Archangel Michael watches over you to make sure you get it. There is a visitation from heaven happening right now. If you feel it, say it out loud in the comments by typing, "I receive it." Your statement is a faith-based act that brings the unseen into the visible world. This message doesn't stop with you. It reaches the one who is still searching, still doubting, still crying out in the dark. If this ministry has strengthened your faith, consider strengthening someone else's. When you give through the link in the description or pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, partnering monthly, or joining our Ko-fi community, you're not funding content. You're fueling the Great Commission. Every gift becomes gospel carried further. Every act of generosity pushes light into places we may never physically stand. There are people one message away from hope, one prayer away from surrender, one encounter away from salvation. Your generosity helps us reach them. This is more than support. It's participation. You're stepping into the harvest field with us. And when heaven counts the souls reached, your obedience will be written into their story. If the Spirit is prompting you, don't ignore it. Step into the work. Let's bring the lost home. Pay close attention, and this is because the heavens don't usually talk so quickly. You can't skip this message for a second. Archangel Michael's voice is shaking with divine command, because you might miss the one chance heaven has written in stone for you if you don't listen to this. The truth about your soulmate is not just about them. God's plan is being brought to life through you, your destiny, your future children, and your whole family tree. This is really big. That's why Archangel Michael screams, "Open it now." Being slow could make the blessing farther away, but having faith could bring it closer than you ever thought possible. Also, let me tell you something that's been in your heart. You don't know how long your soulmate has loved you. Without anyone hearing, they said your name in the dark. They've seen your face in their minds when you were far away. Even though they tried to hide it, heaven could no longer stand to see you stumble around in the dark. Archangel Michael was told by God to speak now for this reason, because the love that was written for you is too strong to be kept secret. You need to know the truth, be a part of the miracle, and see what your spirit has already felt, but your mind couldn't explain. Do you know how powerful your name is in heaven, my beloved? When you prayed in a whisper, your name rose like smoke. You were able to hold back tears every time you cried. This message from Archangel Michael comes straight into your life, as if the whole world stopped to let you hear it. That's how important this moment is. The truth about your soulmate is the kind of secret that would have made you wonder for years. However, God did not want you to be lost. God wants you to live well, in love, and in the light. He then pulled back the curtain. Now they are passing you the secret that had been burning in their hearts like a torch. You, my child, are the only one who can hold it. The voice of Archangel Michael thundered your name, and the heavens shook. The book of destiny turned a page. The angels stopped, and the world leaned closer. That is how important this unveiling is. You believe it's only about love, but it's really a lot more than that. Destiny and divine timing are at odds. The secret truth that your soulmate is hiding is not just a confession, a portal into the life you were always meant to live. It serves as a door. You thought the wait was rejection for too long. You believed silence was indifference for too long, but in reality, silence was protection, and delay was preparation. Heaven was weaving, lining up, and getting ready for the exact moment when this truth could be told to you without bringing you down, but instead lifting you up. That time is not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's now. The voice of Archangel Michael thundered your name, and the heavens shook. The book of destiny turned a page. The angels stopped, and the world leaned closer. That is how important this unveiling is. You believe it's only about love, but it's really a lot more than that. Destiny and divine timing are at odds. The secret truth that your soulmate is hiding is not just a confession. A portal into the life you were always meant to live. It serves as a door. Too long, you thought the delay meant you were being turned down. For too long, you thought that silence meant that no one cared. However, delay was preparation, while silence was protection. Heaven was weaving, lining up, and getting ready for the exact moment when this truth could be told to you without bringing you down, but instead lifting you up. That time is not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's now. Child of light, pay attention. Your soulmate had been carrying something they thought you couldn't handle. They thought that knowing it would break you. Heaven, however, was aware of the truth. Heaven knew this truth would make you stronger, not weaker. God knew that your faith was strong because it was tested by fire. You are now strong enough to hear, see, and carry what was once hidden. Do you really feel that? You can feel it in your chest and in your soul. In other words, your spirit knows the truth before your mind does. What is coming from heaven is affecting your body. Your whole body is telling you yes, so you can't ignore this. As Archangel Michael gets closer, his sword shines, and his wings are like fire. He says, "Beloved, the truth is not your enemy. The truth is your freedom." If you let that one sentence sink in, it could change your whole life. Because what was kept secret is no longer meant to hurt you. It's meant to help you get better. The secret of your soulmate used to be a wall, but now it is becoming a bridge. It will now be close where there was distance. There used to be silence, but now there will be truth. The places where there was pain will now be healed. This goes beyond feelings. It's spiritual and crosses generations. When this truth comes to light, your whole line will feel different. It's not just for you. This is a generational breakthrough. Someone in your life needs to hear this word from the prophet. You release the anointing of this breakthrough over your network when you share this message, not just send a video. Share this word right now and be an agent of heaven. Also, I want to add that heaven is not only showing, it is also planning. Even as you read these words, angels are moving pieces behind the scenes. Conversations are being arranged. Meetings are being prepared. Hearts are being softened. Doors are being opened. You think you are just sitting and reading, but in the unseen world, an entire army of angels is shifting circumstances to align with this revelation. That is why the timing of this message matters so much. If you had skipped it, you would have missed the alignment. But because you are here listening open-hearted, you are stepping into the stream of miracles heaven has been waiting to pour. This is why the urgency is so fierce, because it is all happening now. Oh, my child, don't underestimate the power of staying connected to this flow. Every second you give to listening, every breath you take while staying in this moment is pulling you deeper into alignment with your destiny. Think of it like this. The angels are weaving a tapestry with golden threads, and each line you read is another stitch locking your blessing in place. If you stop, the tapestry pauses. But if you continue, it grows, it forms, it becomes the full picture heaven has been painting for your life. And in the center of that picture is you and your soulmate, no longer separated by lies, by silence, by fear, but united in the truth that heaven has revealed. Do you know what happens when a lie is exposed? The liar loses power. Do you know what happens when a secret is unveiled? Darkness loses grip, and that is exactly what is happening now. The hidden thing about your soulmate that once tormented you with confusion is losing its hold. The enemy cannot play with your mind anymore. The shadows cannot whisper doubts anymore because the light of heaven is exposing what was once in darkness. And once light shines, darkness flees. This is why your future is no longer uncertain. This is why your heart can finally rest, because you are no longer blind. You can see, and what you see will free you. If this message makes sense to you, please confirm that you are in line with heaven's truth by writing Amen in the comments section below. This will help to anchor the light that is coming into your life and seal this promise over your future. Beloved child, let me take you deeper into this unveiling. Imagine your soulmate standing in silence, their lips trembling, holding back words that their heart was screaming to tell you. They thought silence was safer. They thought by hiding the truth they could protect you from disappointment, pain, or misunderstanding. But in hiding, they created distance, and you felt it in your bones. You wondered why the closeness you felt in your spirit didn't match the reality you saw. And now you understand. It wasn't lack of love, it was fear. But heaven says fear has no permission anymore. The chains of fear have been broken by the fire of divine love. And now the truth, the very thing they were afraid to speak, is becoming the bridge that draws you closer than ever before. My dear one, do you feel the electricity in the air right now? That is not your imagination. That is the living presence of heaven pressing close to you. The angels are surrounding you as you read because they know the weight of what is happening in your life. This is not a simple letter. This is a divine appointment. Archangel Michael himself is watching as you open your heart to these words, because every line you receive creates a pathway for blessing to reach you faster. Can you imagine how valuable you must be that heaven would release its strongest warrior angel to guard your destiny? It means that your life, your love, your future has far more importance than you've ever been told. And now, let me tell you something you've longed to hear, but never dared to believe fully. Your soulmate has loved you from the beginning. They have fought battles in silence just to keep you safe. They have wrestled with their own demons while praying you would never carry their scars. The reason you felt their love, but could not understand their silence, is because their heart was overflowing, but their lips were bound by fear. And now, heaven has cut the rope. What was bound has been loosed. What was hidden has been revealed. The love you felt but could not explain is about to step into the light of day, where no one, not even darkness, can deny it. This is the hour of unveiling, and it has your name written across it. Type, "My hour has come," in the comments, to let heaven know that you are stepping out of waiting and into your God-ordained destiny. Beloved, the miracle is this: the truth you thought would hurt you will actually heal you. The very revelation you were afraid to receive will become the key to unlocking joy you've never tasted before. God is not cruel. He does not reveal to destroy. He reveals to redeem. He does not uncover to shame. He uncovers to restore. And today, what was hidden about your soulmate is being placed in your hands, so you can finally stop guessing, stop doubting, stop crying in confusion. You are no longer standing in the shadows. The light is flooding in, and clarity is wrapping around your soul like a warm garment. Can you feel it? That peace pressing into you even as you read. That is heaven's seal marking this message as divine. Beloved, the miracle is this: the truth you thought would hurt you will actually heal you. The very revelation you were afraid to receive will become the key to unlocking joy you've never tasted before. God is not cruel. He does not reveal to destroy. He reveals to redeem. He does not uncover to shame. He uncovers to restore. And today, what was hidden about your soulmate is being placed in your hands. So you can finally stop guessing, stop doubting, stop crying in confusion. You are no longer standing in the shadows. The light is flooding in and clarity is wrapping around your soul like a warm garment. Can you feel it? That peace pressing into you even as you read. That is heaven's seal marking this message as divine. Now let me say something urgent. Do not let your mind wander away from this moment. Every distraction that tries to pull you away is a tactic to rob you of the fullness of what God is delivering. Stay here, stay open, because your faith in continuing is what pulls the next piece of revelation into your life. Heaven moves where hearts stay present, and Archangel Michael is saying again, louder than ever, beloved, do not skip this, because skipping this would mean missing a chain-breaking, miracle-birthing moment designed specifically for you. Your entire life story is being rewritten in these moments, and your spirit already knows it. That's why your chest feels heavy, your eyes may water, your breath may deepen, because your soul is recognizing the weight of glory. My chosen one, let me show you something hidden behind the veil. Your soulmate is not just a person of flesh and blood. They are a destiny partner written into your book of life. Before you were born, God wrote your names side by side, connected by threads of light. That's why even in their absence, you felt their pull. That's why even when others came and went, none of them could match the imprint they left in your spirit, because their soul was designed to echo in yours. And when you finally see the fullness of the truth heaven is now unveiling, you will understand why the road has been so long, why the waiting was so heavy, and why the timing is so exact. It is because this love was never ordinary. It was always divine. And oh, beloved, you must know this. What heaven reveals, heaven also redeems. Your soulmate's truth may shock you, but it will not destroy you. Instead, it will empower you. You will look at them with new eyes. You will see not just their flaws, but their courage, their sacrifice, their desire to protect you even when it cost them dearly. And in that moment, love will grow roots so deep that no storm will be able to uproot it again. This is why the angels are rejoicing even now, because they see the fruit that is coming from this unveiling. They see two souls once separated by silence, finally bound together in the freedom of truth. They see a future where joy replaces confusion, where closeness replaces distance, where love flourishes in ways you've only dreamed of. Beloved of heaven, you've had questions that no one else could answer, haven't you? Those nights when you lay awake, your heart whispering, why does it feel so close yet so far? You weren't imagining things. You were feeling the tug of destiny, the pull of a soul that belongs to yours, but one that carried hidden battles. And now, Archangel Michael says, the battles they fought in silence are being exposed. Heaven heard the quiet cries of your soul, not because you yelled at it. That's why this time feels holy. Yes, it is. It's not just words. You can read the scrolls of heaven line by line and secret by secret. Every truth that is revealed is like a seed being planted in the ground of your future. Do you know what happens when God shows us something? The change starts right away. A hidden truth doesn't stay hidden. It is alive, active, and on fire, changing everything it touches. What heaven is showing you now will change the course of your love story forever. Your soulmate has been on a journey they didn't tell you about. They brought you shadows that they thought would scare you, but God says you are stronger than they thought. You're better ready than you thought. You have learned from every broken heart, every season of waiting, and every prayer that went unanswered. Those times weren't wasted. Training grounds and rehearsals. You have now been able to stand in the fullness of the truth without falling apart, because you have been through it. When you see what heaven has shown you, you will rise, not fall. Oh, beloved Archangel Michael, what you say is not casual. He means that your next steps in life depend on this message when he says, don't skip this. You have pleaded with heaven for reassurance, guidance, and an undeniable sign that you are not crazy, that love is real, and that the suffering was worthwhile. This unveiling is heaven's answer today. The truth about your soulmate is not meant to hurt you. It's meant to wake you up and shake the last chains off your heart so you can move forward fearless. And I promise you that the regret you were afraid of will not be yours. Instead, deep divine joy will fill your heart, because the truths will finally match up with what your spirit has always known. Dear one, think about how a seed grows. Unseen, unspoken, and hidden in darkness, is it? Light, on the other hand, makes it burst. It grows. It starts to live openly. That's your love story. Yes, hidden. Yes, it was quiet. But now that the light has reached it, it can't stay hidden any longer. The truth about your soulmate is finally breaking the soil and reaching up. You were about to see growth that you thought was dead. The fruit you thought would never ripen is about to show itself to you. The miracle of divine timing is this: it always seems to be late, but then all of a sudden it's right on time, and heaven says now is the right time. Your soulmate has been praying for you in silence, my beloved. They prayed that God would protect you from their fights. They begged heaven to protect your purity, happiness, and peace. They thought the distance would keep them safe, but it wound them. That wound is now being healed by God. What used to keep you apart is now what brings you closer together, because you will love them more and understand them better once you see the truth about them. Their bond cannot be broken when two souls truly understand one another. That's the miracle taking place right now as you read these words. Don't even think about being here by accident. This important of a message never comes down unless heaven sets it up. For days, weeks, or even years, Archangel Michael has been trying to get your attention by tugging at your spirit. Finally, you're still awake enough to listen. That's why you have goosebumps, a heavy chest, and maybe even tears in your eyes. The reason is that your spirit can understand divine speech. I want to make this clear. The heavens never yell unless something important is about to happen. This is your very important hour. This is your miracle appointment. Don't pay attention to it, or you'll close the door that God just opened for you. But if you accept it, you'll be living the life you were meant to live. Your soulmate has been praying for you in silence, my beloved. They prayed that God would protect you from their fights. They begged heaven to protect your purity, happiness, and peace. They thought the distance would keep them safe, but it wound them. That wound is now being healed by God. What used to keep you apart is now what brings you closer together, because you will love them more and understand them better once you see the truth about them. Their bond cannot be broken when two souls truly understand one another. That's the miracle taking place right now as you read these words. Don't even think about being here by accident. This important of a message never comes down unless heaven sets it up. For days, weeks, or even years, Archangel Michael has been trying to get your attention by tugging at your spirit. Finally, you're still awake enough to listen. That's why you have goosebumps, a heavy chest, and maybe even tears in your eyes. The reason is that your spirit can understand divine speech. I want to make this clear. The heavens never yell unless something important is about to happen. This is your very important hour. This is your miracle appointment. Don't pay attention to it, or you'll close the door that God just opened for you. But if you accept it, you'll be living the life you were meant to live. Oh, chosen one, can you feel it getting close? The truth is not very far away. It won't be years away. It's outside the door. Everything is about to become clear after one conversation, one revelation, or one moment. That's why this message feels so alive, like the words are breathing. They are because God's Spirit breathes into truth and truth breathes into you. Heaven is telling you to take in, not just read. Receive. Don't just hear. You are not only learning as you take this in, you are changing. Just being in the present moment changes what will happen tomorrow. You won't just read about the unveiling for much longer. It will be in your eyes, ears, heart, and lungs. Beloved of light, the heavens get closer every time you stay here because you're getting closer to the unveiling that has been planned for you since the beginning of time. Archangel Michael doesn't say the same thing over and over for no reason. His order to open this right away is like a command from eternity, because the window of this revelation is alive, breathing and pulsing with need. It is not possible to put off a moment that God has planned. The secret truth about your soulmate has been guarded by angels for years, but today the seal has cracked, the scroll is open, and you can see what they have hidden. It's not just about love, I promise. It has to do with alignment. Because your heart was never meant to wander in the dark, this truth is crucial to your destiny. For the fullness of truth you were made. It's finally here. Let your heart receive what your mind can't yet understand, my chosen one. The unveiling is about to take place according to heaven. Your soulmate has been fighting with life and with themselves. Fight between love and fear, between silence and truth. The people who thought silence would keep you safe were wrong. It hurt you. They thought that hiding made them stronger, but it only made people farther away. They hid from you, but their love for you was like a fire that never went out. Now heaven can't stand to see you live your life with questions. That is why Archangel Michael has stepped into this moment, his voice trembling with urgency, his sword gleaming with truth, saying, "Beloved, this is the time. Do not let this pass you by. Child of destiny, imagine the years of longing being rewritten in a single hour of truth. That is what is coming. The nights you questioned if you were foolish to keep believing. The moments you thought you were forgotten. All of them are about to be swallowed by revelation. You will see that you were not waiting in vain. You were not forgotten. Every tear was counted, every prayer recorded, every whisper of hope treasured in heaven's chamber. And now those treasures are being released back to you in the form of clarity. The truth you begged for, the truth you sometimes feared to face, is now standing before you clothed in light. What you thought would break you will bless you. What you thought was delay will reveal itself as divine protection. Beloved, listen carefully. Your soulmate's hidden truth was never meant to steal your joy. It It was meant to prepare you for the love you were destined to live. Had it been revealed too early, it may have crushed you. But now, because you are stronger, wiser, purer in heart, it can finally come forth without breaking you. That is why this moment matters so much. You are no longer the same person you were years ago. You have been refined, tested, molded. You have walked through fire and did not burn. You have passed through waters and did not drown. And now you stand unshaken, ready to receive. Heaven waited until you were ready, and today you are. Do not underestimate the magnitude of what is unfolding. The truth about your soulmate is not just a personal revelation, it is a generational shift. What you learn, what you embrace, will ripple into your children and their children after them. The chains that bound your family line are breaking as this unveiling comes forth. Cycles of silence, patterns of fear, generations of hidden pain, they all end here. Why? Because truth is entering, and truth does not stop at one life. It flows, multiplies, redeems. That is why Archangel Michael's voice shakes the heavens with urgency, because what happens in your heart today echoes into eternity tomorrow. And beloved, let me tell you this plainly. You will not regret trusting heaven. You may have regrets about people, about decisions, about words spoken and unspoken, but you will never regret trusting God's timing. And right now, God's timing is screaming at you through this message. Your soulmate's truth is not random. It is divine. It is not cruel. It is kind. It is not to tear you apart, but to bring you together in a way you never imagined possible. And when you stand in that moment of full clarity, you will look back and say, "Now I see. Now I know why it had to be hidden until now." And your heart will rest. Your spirit will rejoice. Your tears will turn to laughter. Beloved child, can you feel how near heaven is right now? The veil between worlds is thin, and that is why your heart feels heavy yet hopeful, trembling yet alive. This is not imagination. This is the Spirit of God moving through Archangel Michael's command. He has watched you walk through deserts of doubt, oceans of silence, storms of waiting, and now he lifts his voice to say, "Beloved, the drought is ending. Truth is raining down on us. What was kept secret is no longer kept secret. What was hidden is now open to everyone. The silence of your soulmate is breaking. The truth is coming out. Their heart is in line with what heaven says. You, my child, are the one who will get it, not because you begged more loudly than other people, but because your soul has always had faith, even when there were dark times. Think about the times you almost gave up, my chosen one. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was stupid to believe, were words that heaven heard. With his sword drawn, Archangel Michael stood by your side to protect you from the hopelessness that wanted to swallow you up. The unveiling of your soulmate's hidden truth is heaven's reward for your perseverance. He whispers now, "See, your hope was never wasted. Your faith was never foolish." Do you understand what that means? That means the pain was worth it. There were people waiting. The mornings of silence and the nights of tears all became seeds planted in eternity. You are stepping into the harvest today. Truth, clarity, love, and divine alignment are what that harvest brings. Beloved, let me show you how big what's happening is. The truth about your soulmate is more than just words. It's a key. It does more than just open doors when you turn a key. It lets you into a whole house. In that sense, this unveiling is it. You can now access parts of your destiny that you didn't know were there. You have been waiting for years for something to change in the hallway of your life. You can feel doors, but don't know what's behind them. Now, as one truth at a time comes to light, those doors will swing open wide. You will see the fullness of the life God always meant for you, and your true soulmate standing by your side will be part of the foundation of that house. There will be no more silence in the walls. They will ring with lies, laughter, and the sound of love being made whole. Beloved, let me show you how big what's happening is. The truth about your soulmate is more than just words. It's a key. It does more than just open doors when you turn a key. It lets you into a whole house. In that sense, this unveiling is it. You can now access parts of your destiny that you didn't know were there. For years, you've been waiting for something to change in the hallway of your life. You can feel doors but don't know what's behind them. Now, those doors will open wide one by one as the truth comes out. You will live the full life that God always planned for you. And having your soulmate by your side will be an important part of building that house. There will be no more silence in the walls. They will ring with lies, laughter, and the sound of love being made whole. Light lover, don't think this over quickly. It's not a small thing when heaven says your soulmate's truth is revealed. It's a turning point. It's the change you've been waiting for. The change you've felt, but couldn't put your finger on. That's why your spirit is tense, why reading makes your heart beat faster. You are almost there with a breakthrough. Archangel Michael wants you to move forward, not backward, because you will miss the very thing your soul has been praying for if you run away now. You will meet the miracle that has been after you since the day you were born if you keep walking through these words. I tell you, child, that miracle is just around the corner. Oh, sweetheart, let me tell you the lovely part. The love of your soulmate has never changed. In fear, in silence, and even when they are far away, their heart has been tied to yours. They may have kept secrets, but they never hid how much they loved each other. They thought that hiding their problems would keep you safe. But at night, when it was quiet, their prayers for you rose like smoke. They asked God to protect you, hold your heart, and watch over your way. As a response, heaven not only watched over you but also planned this moment, this unveiling, this message. The love that was kept secret is about to come out. The truth that has been quiet is about to roar. When it does, you'll finally have the peace you've been looking for years. My beloved, connect with me more deeply in spirit, because the angels aren't whispering softly tonight. The voice in your head telling you, now is the time, is really the voice of heaven. Don't think this is just a coincidence. Don't just ignore it as normal. The signs were always there if you look back on your life. Things like odd times, sudden dreams, and a strong pull toward a soul that you could never shake were so strange. I'm not making that up, my child. That is destiny. Destiny also doesn't stutter when it speaks. Archangel Michael says, your soulmate's hidden truth is finally unfolding, and when it comes into the open, your path will split like a river into new streams. Everything you thought was still will suddenly flow. Everything you thought was silent will suddenly sing. Beloved one, your soulmate has walked years carrying burdens you never saw. They wore masks, not to deceive you, but to shield you. They thought hiding was love. They thought silence was strength. But heaven does not build on silence. Heaven builds on truth. And now the truth is breaking like dawn. The darkness cannot hold it anymore. You are about to see what you could only feel. You are about to touch what you could only dream. And when it happens, you will understand why the angels fought so hard to get this message to you today. Because without this preparation, the truth might have startled you. But now, because your heart is ready, it will not startle. It will settle. It will give you peace where you once had restlessness. My chosen one, think of how long you waited for clarity. Every unanswered prayer, every hidden tear, every day you carried the weight of not knowing. It was all gathered in heaven's chambers. Nothing was wasted. Every second became part of the tapestry. Every ache became part of the design. And now, with Archangel Michael's command, that tapestry is being unveiled. What once looked like threads of chaos will show their pattern. And in the center of that pattern will be two souls, yours and your soulmate's, woven tighter than ever before. This is why God hid it for so long. Because beauty takes time, because gold takes fire, because destiny takes patience, and now, because you endured, you will see with your eyes what your heart always believed in secret. Beloved of light, the enemy tried to make you give up. He whispered lies in the night. You're forgotten, you're foolish, nothing will ever change. But heaven was laughing at those lies, because God had already scheduled this unveiling before you were even born. The day of truth was already marked in eternity's calendar. That's why you didn't quit. That's why no matter how tired, something in you held on. That something was the Spirit of God anchoring you to promises your mind could not see, but your soul could not deny. And now the anchor has pulled you into harbor. The waves of confusion are ending. The storm of silence is calming, and the shoreline of revelation is before you. Step onto it boldly because it was made for you. Type a strong Amen in the comments if you think this word is for you, and you're ready for the storm of silence to end. Let your voice join the heavenly host in proclaiming that the time of confusion is over and the time for revelation is now. And child, I want you to understand this clearly. What is revealed will not make your love weaker. It will make it stronger. What is exposed will not push you apart. It will bring you closer, because the truth has a way of removing fear, and when fear is gone, only love is left. That is what heaven is doing now, removing the last layers of fear so that love can stand naked, fearless and strong. And when you see your soulmate in truth, you won't see weakness. You'll see courage. You'll see sacrifice. And that's when your heart will finally rest. You will say, "This is what I was waiting for. This is what my soul always knew." And heaven will smile because you will finally be living in the love that was always yours. Beloved child, I need you to see how much heaven has invested in this moment. Archangel Michael has been pressing this message toward you like a flame through darkness, because what is opening now will never close again. Your soulmate's hidden truth is no longer locked in shadows. The chains are broken. The silence is lifting. Do you feel it? That weight in your chest that is suddenly lighter, that heaviness in your eyes that feels like tears ready to fall. That is the sign that your spirit recognizes the unveiling. Heaven is peeling back the curtain, and you are standing on holy ground. Every word you read here is not ordinary. It is a bridge carrying you closer to the miracle you have been praying for all your life. Beloved child, I need you to see how much heaven has invested in this moment. Archangel Michael has been pressing this message toward you like a flame through darkness, because what is opening now will never close again. Your soulmate's hidden truth is no longer locked in shadows. The chains are broken. The silence is lifting. Do you feel it? That weight in your chest that is suddenly lighter, that heaviness in your eyes that feels like tears ready to fall, that is the sign that your spirit recognizes the unveiling. Heaven is peeling back the curtain and you are standing on holy ground. Every word you read here is not ordinary. It is a bridge carrying you closer to the miracle you have been praying for all your life. My chosen one, remember the countless times you asked, "Why me? Why are we waiting? Why is there so much silence?" Heaven heard every question, and heaven's answer is unfolding now because the truth had to mature, because your love had to grow roots strong enough to hold it, because timing is everything. And today is the day when the clock of destiny strikes your hour. Look at your life closely. Haven't you noticed signs, whispers, synchronicities that made no sense before? They weren't random. They were heaven's way of saying, "Hold on. There's a secret coming. Something is coming out of the shadows and into the light now, that it is no longer hidden. And once you see it, you'll know that you were never forgotten, ignored, or missed. Your soulmate has been torn between fear and love. Beloved, they were afraid that being honest with you would scare you, but their love for you never let them stop. This is why it always felt heavy when they were quiet, why their absence felt like it was still there, because they couldn't say it, but their love was clear. And now heaven says, enough. There is enough running away, hiding, and fear. In darkness, love cannot grow. It needs to be in the sun. That's why Archangel Michael raises his voice with power. Do not skip this, beloved, because this message is not just about hearing, it's about getting ready. Your heart is getting ready to be ready for the truth when it comes. You will not be scared when it does happen. You will shine with peace. This is something I need to remind you of, my beloved. You didn't waste any of your life. With each tear you shed, this miracle grew stronger. Every prayer that hadn't been answered was kept in golden bowls in front of God's throne, waiting for this moment. You learned how to handle things that were too heavy for you before every lonely night. That's why the truth is here now. Not yesterday, not years ago, but right now. Because this is the only way to carry it without breaking it. You can hear it now, without having to run. You can finally accept it without any doubts now. Heaven's timing doesn't take too long. It's accuracy. And that accuracy has hit your life like lightning today. Right now you are in a divine alignment, and soon everything will change for you. Also, know this, dear, your story doesn't end with the unveiling of your soulmate's truth. A new chapter has begun, a part of the story where love doesn't stay quiet but speaks out, where being far away is no longer okay and is instead closed off. Wherever questions are answered and nothing else is left to be asked. And in that chapter, you won't be afraid to walk. You'll be sure of yourself. Because doubt is useless once the truth comes out. When love is revealed, fear goes away. You and your soulmate will find the depth of what God always meant when you are free. A destiny unstoppable, a bond unbreakable, and a love unshakable. This is why the angels are happy right now as you read. They can see how beautiful your life is about to get. Dear child, take a moment to let your spirit breathe. It's important not to rush, because every line and word has power. Today, Archangel Michael is not being quiet. You should keep your heart awake because something is changing in your destiny. He is screaming. The truth about your soulmate that has been hidden is no longer a dark secret. The heavens couldn't stand for you to be confused for another day. God Himself declared, enough. Enough of tears without answers. Enough of nights without clarity. Enough of carrying love in silence. The truth is here, my beloved, and though your hands tremble as you reach for it, do not fear. Truth never comes to destroy the chosen. It comes to free them. My chosen one, I must tell you what you have already felt, but never had confirmed. Your soulmate has been holding back a truth, not to hurt you, but because they believed they were shielding you. They thought silence was a wall of protection, but that wall became your wound. They thought distance was kindness, but distance became your ache. They thought hiding was noble, but hiding became your torment. And yet, even in all of it, their love did not waver. In the secret chambers of their heart, your name burned like fire. They whispered it when no one could hear. They prayed for you when no one was watching. They loved you when they thought you would never know the full story. And heaven could not hold back any longer, because love, that deep, was never meant to live in shadows. Beloved, when light collides with darkness, the darkness flees instantly. That is what is happening now. The light of heaven has pierced the silence, and what was once hidden is being forced into sight. The enemy fought to keep you blind. He wanted you to doubt your worth, to question your intuition, to believe you were chasing illusions, but your soul knew. Deep down, your spirit always recognized the thread between you and them. That thread is unbreakable, eternal, heaven-woven. And today, Archangel Michael's command has cut the final chain of silence. The truth will speak, the truth will live, and when it does, you will finally stand in a peace that no storm can steal. My beloved one, you must understand this. Unveiling is not just about them. It is about you. It is about your prayers being answered, your faith being rewarded, your tears being honored. God did not allow your cries to vanish into the air. Every one of them was captured, recorded, and today they echo back as this revelation. That is why your chest feels heavy now, why your eyes sting, why your soul leans forward as you read. You are not just hearing words. You are standing in prophecy. This is what prophets of old call a set time, a divine moment when heaven and earth align to release what was promised. And beloved, this is your set time. Subscribe and enable all notifications if you haven't already. Every message from this channel is a gift from God that will help you get through life. When you subscribe, you're telling heaven, I will keep my prophetic promise. I am ready for the next part of my destiny. Don't let the algorithm keep you from seeing what God has planned for you. And let me tell you something. Your spirit already knows that the truth will not break your love. It will deepen it. The walls of silence will fall down, and a fortress of trust will rise in their place. You will see your soulmate not as weak, but as brave, and their hidden struggles not as betrayal, but as sacrifice. And in that moment, your heart will grow. The love you thought had reached its peak will suddenly multiply, deepen, and root itself beyond what fear can shake. That is why heaven fought for this moment, and that is why Archangel Michael says, don't ignore this. What you are receiving is not just truth, it is restoration. You should share this revelation with 3 people you know who are waiting for a breakthrough. When you do this, you activate the power of agreement and let this anointing come into their lives, as well as your own. Finally, like this video. Let your like be a sign to heaven that you have received and sealed this word in your heart. By doing this, you start the unstoppable flow of God's divine favor, which will now pursue you down and overtake you in every area of your life. Amen. Accept this divine healing and agree with what God is doing in your life. Type Amen in the comments to seal this prophetic word. This is your last act of faith, which will seal the miracle that is meant just for you. Before we reach the end of this message, you need to hear this clearly. You were led here by divine guidance. This is not random. This is not coincidence. Archangel Michael directed this message straight to you. He is calling you into a protected, blessed space where miracles grow, doors open, and divine help moves quickly. This truth is simple and powerful. When you follow this calling, blessings don't just arrive, they multiply. They pour into every area of your life with strength and clarity. Right now, Archangel Michael is giving you direct access to sacred teachings, spiritual protection, and guidance that is hidden from the world. This is your moment to step into a circle chosen for those who are ready for spiritual growth, divine support, and accelerated breakthroughs. Do not let this holy moment pass you by. Your breakthrough has already begun. All you need to do is step forward. Tap the link in the description and enter Archangel Michael's inner circle so you never miss the messages that are meant specifically for your life, your path, and your destiny. If your spirit feels the pull to go deeper, the link is also in the pinned comment. And if your heart guides you to support this mission, you'll find a Buy Me a Coffee link, always optional, always appreciated. Take the step now. Your blessing is waiting. Like this video, subscribe, and comment I accept to welcome more divine light into your journey.